I'm not feeling the best today, so we're on the couch. Simba, good morning, dear. How are you? Mm, hope you are well today. Hey, Theo. Look, I'm sitting down. How is everybody this morning? Hope we're well. I I'm starting to think I'm getting sick. I'm not feeling very good. Barbie. Yes, the common peace for now. Hope we're so well. I'm actually chilly and sniffly this morning, so here I am on the couch. How is everyone today? Hope we're also well. We've got lovies from kiddos over here. Good morning. I was just sitting here looking at a bunch of these TikToks of people who have been fired over saying terrible things about Charlie Kirk, and I thought to myself, we should share some. I'm not feeling great. I don't know that I'm sick or if it's just like severe allergies, but I'm feeling rough. Hey, Kingdom Kids, so glad to see you. I'm snibbly and I'm chilly, which usually means I'm starting to get sick. Which really, I was feeling okay this morning. After I dropped the kids off at school, I started feeling icky. We shall see. Yes, we need to release the files. Hey, Princess. Welcome in, Justin. I would really love to know. That's a great thing to start on. Let me show y'all this. If you didn't see my newest short, wait, this happened. Congress voted to release the Epstein files, basically to force a release, right? Who do we have here? All the people. There we go. Notice all these people are Republicans. And what do we have here? All Democrats, but two. All Democrats, but two. And those were the people who were voted to. They cannot. Thank you, Legendary Princess. Thank you, Theo. Well, you know what? I have accepted that excuse for a while because I do believe there's going to be lots and lots of shocking names on the list. I do think it's going to be hard to stomach. Thank you, Theo. I think it's going to be really hard. I think it's going to shake us. I think there's going to be presidents on there. I think there's going to be actors and actresses on there. And everybody's supposed to say, oh, Trump. Trump might be on there. I don't know the man personally. At this point, nothing would really surprise me, right? And yeah, you're exactly right, Kingdom Kid. You're exactly right. I'm not, but at some point, I'm like, you know what? If you have that little faith in us as a nation, what are we doing, right? Like, if you really truly don't believe we could handle the names on that list, I'm very intelligent, Barbie. I understand. I get it. And it feels like an insult when people tell me like you don't understand. I do understand. I do understand that both in Hollywood and in this shadow government that I talked about briefly yesterday, there are very sick people who also need God majorly. And yeah, I do understand. Like I said, I know there's going to be more than actors and actresses. There's going to be presidents. There's going to be political leaders. There's going to be a lot of people we love and respect. And hey, Marky Mark. Oh, nobody cares about the list. I care about the list. You don't care about who's touching kiddos? That's kind of gross. Way to put yourself out there, man. I mean, you know, if you're a pedo apologist, just say so. I understand that, Barbie, but at some point it's like, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Most normal people just walking around who maybe don't have the understanding that we have may not be able to handle it. But what about those of us who can, you know? Get ready for the surprises. I'm ready. I care about the list. I feel like I'm not the only one. Why don't we drop like a heart or something if you care about the list in the chat? If you care, tell me what, Marky Mark. Please tell me. Please. And I'm being completely serious. Please tell me what is more important than a literal roster of people that were trafficking children in these United States. Nosy about pedophiles? Sure. Me. Right here. I'll take that. I'll wear it like a crown. You damn right. I'm nosy about our elites, our politicians who are trafficking children. Yeah, okay. Are you kidding me? You're just nosy. That's you, burying your head in the sand. I was doing an impression of you. Please just tell me. I keep hearing this from people, right? Somebody who would have voted for Trump had I been able completely support him. I don't agree with him here. I don't agree with him at all. There are not. You're okay. You can be mean. This is a free speech platform. But see, that's the thing. Everybody keeps saying, just move on, right? Just move on from the Epstein list. Two things. First of all, it's like this whole concept of we have bigger fish to fry. Yet I ask you, but which ones? Give me the bass. Tell me what. I'm sniffly. Tell me what is more important, because I'm listening. I'm right here giving you a chance to tell me. Tell me what is more important than a connected list of people who are trafficking children in the United States of America. I'll wait. What's more important? You have not yet done that. I'm waiting, right? And then second of all, that's the first big issue, right? And second of all, how are we going to move on with no closure? Give us the list, then maybe we could move on from the list, right? We can't move on from a list we never had. We aren't even talking about it. And I don't disagree with you, Kingdom Kid, right? Which is why they will be dealt with in due time by the Lord. And I do believe that. However, put your tinfoil hats on with me for just a moment, right? Look at the type of people, Epstein. Maybe it is Barbie. I would love to believe that. There are powers greater than us, right? Operating things greater than even the president, okay? Shadow government, whatever you want to call it, that are evil. Period. There's just no other way to say that, right? They do these types of things like traffic children because, going back to Kingdom Kid's statement, how do you hurt God the most, right? What did he say about children, right? Jesus loves the children. He would rather you tie a millstone around your neck and jump overboard than hurt these little children, right? This is exactly it. You hurt God by hurting those that he cares most about, right? That's the number one evil of these people, right? Is that they're trying to destroy God. And that's the best way they know how. Both by going after our children in more ways than one, right? And damning the souls of those who mess with those children. Marky Mark. A conspiracy theorist. Tell me this, Marky Mark. What's the difference between a conspiracy and the truth? Do you know? About 6 to 8 months. They called those who said 9/11 was an inside job conspiracy theories. JFK? Listen, all I'm saying is, how many conspiracy theories have turned out to be right? Well, okay, and see, this is the thing. This is not partisan. I know that that's such a cliche, right? I'm extremely disappointed in the Republicans, okay? I've made posts. I just put it up on here. I'm putting it out for the world to see. Trump, I would have voted for you. I've had your back, buddy. Extremely disappointed in you about the Epstein shit. So disappointed, right? But this should not be partisan. These are people who, thank you, Theo. Always great to see you. Why do we not all care about this? It's children being hurt, right? And it's not like, oh, it's a conspiracy theory, right? Because Epstein was already convicted. Did we forget that? He was convicted, like with evidence, like in a court of law, by a jury of his peers. Oops, we forgot that, didn't we? It's not like, oh, we believe he trafficked children. He was already convicted of trafficking children and soliciting prostitutes that were underage. Oops. Oh, and there's also that, but sometimes you can mention that, sometimes people will just say, oh, it's a tinfoil hat. But yeah, conspiracy theory was indeed a term coined by the CIA to discredit people that were telling the truth. You can look it up. That's a proven fact. It's declassified. You are completely correct on that, Kingdom Kid. But here, pardon me, I'm coffee too. But here, everyone gets a voice, even the people I disagree with. And Marky Mark, stick around. Because here's the thing. I don't want to live in an echo chamber. I was just saying this yesterday. So stupid and entitled. Oh, wait. It's somebody that wants to speak on American politics. It's not even American. You could take several seats because, wait, that's right. I remember now why people that are not American care so much about America. Because we're the greatest country in the world. And because what happens in our country trickles down and affects everyone else. That's right. That's one, right? Number two, I'm going to ask you, how do I sound entitled? I'll wait. I'm giving you a voice. Do tell. How do I sound entitled? Entitled to what? The list? Please tell me you don't mean that I sound entitled wanting the Jeffrey Epstein list. Because, whew, we've got another pedo apologist in the chat. Somewhere I do, Barbie. Somewhere that direction there's tea. I need to take my protein powder today. Bulking up, Stupid and entitled. And what did I say that was stupid? You have a voice, you're not going to be blocked. Just explain yourself. You come in my chat on here, the good Lord, day of Tuesday on Al Gore's internet and say that I'm stupid and entitled. Show your work. How did we get here? I'm just saying. But see, that's the thing. Here's the thing with people like you, right? You want to come in and you want to insult people. You want to call them names, but you don't want to have a discussion, right? You don't actually want to get anywhere, right? I'm like, am I saying crazy things here? I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm dumb. I'm entitled. Like, because I want to see the list of the people diddling children. How dare I? Right? I mean, and you know what, Barbie? To your point earlier, if Trump's people, right, were to come out, or even Trump, that would be even better, and say, listen, we have the list. We're taking care of it. Okay. Thank you, Kingdom Kid. We love you. Do you have all of your comments on, Barbie? Good up. Comments all. Simba's with me. Yeah, F them, right? But, like I was talking about the other day, I would really love if we could have just some simple conversations rooted in truth. Rooted right in the truth. Perhaps agree on some premises, right? Maybe. Oxygen, it's like you were here yesterday, because that's exactly what I said. I said, listen, Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, left or right, conservative, liberal, wherever you land, there's people up here. They're like puppet masters that are pulling strings on us while we dance around like a bunch of idiots and buffoons, right? Fighting with each other instead of fighting the people that are actually causing us problems. That's what I said yesterday. Welcome. Stick around. You might like it here. Because that's exactly it, right? That's what I was saying yesterday. Maybe we could find a way to find some common ground so we could come together. Can y'all hear that? Welcome, I think. From New Zealand. It is. It is. They're keeping us divided for a reason, right? Because Lord forbid we unite and go against them, even though they're powerful. How many more of us do you think there are? I came here after 50 plus tarot card streams. Nice to meet you. I'm Leah. Hello, Oxygen. You might like it here. We're very common sense. We talk politics in the morning lots of times. We talk about many things. Conspiracies, right? Sometimes we put on a tinfoil hat, but we try to be reasonable. Recovery. I've been in recovery almost 8 years. Lord have mercy. Go me. And lots of different things. We talk about lots of things. We try to be normal. You're right, Rick. It always turns into an argument. So here we are. We're trying, right? Yet, so far, I'm coming from a conservative, slightly libertarian point of view. I'm going to read that right out loud. I mean, I'll never, ever, ever align with a bootlicker, but the people's time will come. No gods, no masters, in my humble opinion, but keep it up. Austin, the one and only, am I supposed to be the bootlicker? I'm a felon. Whose boot am I licking? Certainly not the cops who whooped my ass, right? Who? What? Well, lots of love, Oxygen. Glad to have you. Oh, okay. You mean on that side of the aisle. Okay, I apologize. I misunderstood. See, people that have been coming in that are new have just been like, like calling me stupid and conspiracy theorists and entitled, even though they can't back up anything they're saying. So I might have been a little defensive. I apologize. From Scotland, welcome. I'm in the Americas. I'm in East Tennessee, born and raised. Love it here. And, we just like to talk about things. We like to have conversations with each other. Maybe even if we don't agree on everything, we could find some middle ground, Maybe. Just maybe. That's the hope, anyway. You are doing fine, Austin. You are doing fine. Welcome in. We also don't love the bootlickers around here. I'm not an ACAB asshole, and I'm not a bootlicker asshole. I'm somewhere in the middle, right? Hello, Mr. Maxonian. Welcome. I'm Leah. Glad to have you. I'm somewhere in the middle. I do believe there's a whole lot of corruption, a whole lot in our injustice system, and we need to fix it. But I also don't believe that every single cop is a tyrannical prick. I think some are probably good. I think even more times some are good, and then they get into the system that kind of chews them up and spits them out. They start good, they turn out, a little bit jaded, broken, England, is that the E? I'm in America. I'm from Tennessee, East Tennessee. Nice to meet you. Glad to see some new faces, some new names. So, it's crazy what's been happening. So there was that. That was one of the first things. And can we also talk about how this Congress vote happened? Guess the day. Do you know the day? September 10th. Interesting. It happened on September 10th. Look, I know I look a hot mess. Looks don't matter. It's my heart, okay? I don't feel well. Give me a break. So let me find out. How convenient that such a big vote was happening, but everybody else was looking this way. Charlie Kirk, right? Oh, I know. I know. I was looking at some of the statistics Erica, pardon me, released yesterday, and it's astounding. And I'm not at all surprised because, Charlie Kirk was a person that touched a lot of people, a lot of the youth. He inspired to be more conservative, to be more just common sense, a very left side. Oh, well, okay. I was getting into that, Austin. I was getting into that because a lot of people, it sure did, Oxygen. You're with me. I think you're going to fit in here. It sure did within 2 hours. It's crazy, right? So here's the thing, a born loser. Now, that's no way to talk about the dead. I'm going to pray for you, yarn mad. Dang gray, dang gray. Your name doesn't even make sense backwards, as backwards as you are. I'm going to pray for you, okay? We're going to pray for you. You have the right to say whatever you want. This is a free speech platform. But be careful, because as people are learning, you are not free from the consequences of your speech. Free speech, not free from the consequences of your speech. So, back to that, Austin. I am more libertarian than anything else, right? I'm all for liberty and freedom, smaller government, leave me alone, kind of a thing, right? So, here's the thing, right? I don't believe people should be their homes docked, their families put in danger over saying anything, up to and including Charlie Kirk deserved to die. As much as I disagree with that, I do believe it is also their right to say those heinous things, right? However, like I just said, you have the freedom of speech, not the freedom from consequences, right? So, unfortunately, a lot of these people have been, did I say hi, Jose? Hello, welcome in. A lot of these people have been hunted down, their jobs have been notified, they've been fired. But yet, we have a lot of people, right? I know, Simba, right? Rightists are whitewashing Kirk's history, saying stuff he never hated anyone. Well, at least we agree on that, Austin. That's something we can agree with. But here's the thing, we don't need to wash his history, right? Charlie Kirk was very honest. He was not hateful. There was a great TikTok that I saw. I need to find the person who said it so I could credit them. She said Charlie Kirk didn't use hate speech. He used speech they hated, and they killed him for it. And that's the truth, right? Charlie Kirk was not someone to name call, to yell at you, to curse you out, to demean you. That's not the type of person he was. He believed, like a lot of people working a program of recovery, in radical honesty. He believed when you love people, you're honest with them. And that was rooted in his faith, first and foremost. Right. And see, and he was only 31 years old, right? As someone who has re-found God later in life through my recovery, Charlie Kirk was always a person that was inspiring to me in that way. He was asked, I think 6 months ago, on a podcast that's going viral now, if you were to die, how would you like to be remembered? His answer was, for courage in my faith, right? And he was always courageous and steadfast in his faith, in his morals, and in his principles, right? That though, Barbie. That though. But see, that's exactly the thing, right? Is I don't believe that people deserve to be hurt, right? I don't think people should be hunting these people down and assaulting them, which, by the way, we have not heard of. We've heard of them showing up places, which I still think might be a touch too far, in my personal opinion. But we're mostly bringing them those consequences for their actions, like calling their jobs, showing their family, etc. And a lot of people on the left want to pretend this is some new phenomenon, right? When in reality, this whole cancel culture kind of came from their side of the aisle, just between us, right? When people speak badly for Charlie, call their employer. Oh, no, that's crazy. AI, is that a true story? Oh, here we go. Some gun deaths are acceptable to protect their Second Amendment rights. But have you seen the entire clip that that's from? I'm going to get back to you, Dennis. Welcome. A lot of people like to clip that one little sentence, right? That was in an entire discussion. He went on like a 5-minute tirade. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, goodness, we're coming in. Thanks, RHCP. I've lived with him my whole life. Tried to feed 2 children with him. I missed you, Simba. The internet made people too comfortable with insulting people without getting punched in the face. That's exactly right. Stick around, Oxygen. You're going to fit in here. I can just tell. I'm not feeling very well, y'all. Pardon me. Back to the comment I was making a moment ago about gun rights, right? What Charlie Kirk was saying in that entire moment was that there are acceptable levels of risk to our freedoms and our rights, right? Say driving a car. This was the example that he used in that speech. 50,000 people, 50,000 people a year die in car accidents, right? However, as a society, we have said, you know what? We hate that, but we still want to drive a car. It's still important to us. It's convenient enough. It's ingrained enough in our society where we can accept 50,000 deaths because millions of people are driving. It's an acceptable risk for our convenience, for our right to travel, etc. Right? I was incredibly radical and controversial when everybody was trying to make it seem like these women dying from, oh yeah, oh, Discord? Oh, I'm gonna be right back. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all, Dennis. Welcome, by the way. I said there was these few ladies who had terrible doctors. It was their doctor's fault that they had passed away. In one way or another, they didn't understand the current law, the abortion bans. There are very few actual bans, but more restrictive laws in their area. So they let them die. That was the doctor's fault, right? Malpractice, period. Because there are no laws anywhere in the United States that says do not save a miscarrying woman, right? I'm gonna come back to that. I need to make a list of things I'm gonna come back to, right? Anyway, back to the point of the story. A lot of those people tried to make it seem like conservatives who were pushing to have abortion, maybe not criminalized, at least de-legalized, right, are killing these women. These 3 or 4 very specific cases that are on the fringe, right? And I said, listen, that's ridiculous, right? Even if it were the case, even if it's all our fault, here I go, being controversial. I believe 1 million dead babies a year is unacceptable. And if 4 grown women have to die to save 1 million babies, I'll accept that, right? That was Charlie's view on gun violence. He believed that our intrinsic right to defend ourselves, not even from a robber next door, from a tyrannical government, is important enough to have a few gun deaths a year. And he would still say that today if he were alive. I'm 1,000% confident. 1,000% confident in that. And oh yeah, YouTube is definitely fascist. Ban Discord. I've heard that 50,000 times. That's not gonna happen. Yeah. Out the pit. Hello, brother. So good to see you. Welcome in. So glad to have you. I simply cannot. Okay. In every country. And isn't that such a mind-blowing thing? It wasn't just in here in America. There were thousands of people holding vigils all over the world. Maybe hundreds of thousands, because that was his impact. Overreaction? Overreaction? Okay, but what are the statistics for knife violence? What about physical assault, right? I would argue with that. You know what prevents gun violence? People with guns. You know where you don't see many gun deaths? Shooting ranges. You know where you don't see much gun violence? Gun shows. Gun shows. Hundreds of guns, thousands of guns laid out. Oh my gosh, all of the ammo. Someone could easily just pick up a gun and shoot everyone up. But they don't. Maybe it's because everyone's armed, right? So good to see you out the pit. Ugh, Jack, you're another one we're going to pray for. And see, this is exactly what Charlie Kirk would have told you, right? This was his premise. It's not about the gun violence. It's about the moral decay in our society. Guns cause the violence. The gun grew legs, walked up, and caused itself to shoot. And I'm the moron. Whew, bless your soul. Bless your soul. Thank you for the engagement. Oh, God ain't real. Yeah, we're going to pray for you. We're going to pray for you. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, Dennis. Almost everyone that I know that's any type of creator has a Discord. I have tons of friends who don't even create, who just have Discords for people kill people. Thank you, Simba. It's cliche, but it's true. I completely agree, Dennis. They don't need to try and get rid of it. That's ridiculous. Okay, but Larry, hi, darling. Glad to see you. Welcome in. You can't go on X, or were you banned, or you just can't stand it type of you can't go on. Like, those are two very different things. And see, here's the thing, like, people always want to get up in arms about the gun violence and the gun violence, and people want to use this as like, uh, if you think people don't have guns, tell them, Rick. Well, Larry, we're talking about many things. We're trying to get some people in to have a nice discussion, maybe find some common ground. So far, we've made a few new friends. Dennis seems a new friend. Oxygen is a new friend. Justin, cheeseburgers kill people. It's all about how you use them. Amen. That's exactly right, Dennis. And we see in countries that eliminate guns, knife violence goes up, right? Physical assaults go up. Crossbow purchases go up. Here's the thing, it's like how many suicides happen every year by self hanging and, oh, I'm not supposed to say that word on YouTube. Sorry. Self deletion. And drowning in an inch or less of water, et cetera, right? If you want to hurt yourself or someone else bad enough, you're going to figure out a way, right? Fascist misinfo. Ugh. Immigration is illegal. Immigration is evil. It is. Okay, let me ask you this. Do I have terrible quality right now? You know what it is? Hold on. Itorka, welcome. Yes, how are you, Larry? I didn't even ask you. How are you doing today? Um, that's exactly right, Dennis. It's kind of funny, right? However, I bet we would see an uptick if they outlawed guns, correct? So glad, Larry. Always glad to have you. Here's the thing, okay? Thank you, Idorka. You got my back. I appreciate that. Here's why illegal immigration is wrong, right? We've got, what was it? Was it 230,000 children missing from the border right now? Do you know to get across the border with a coyote, you're abused, essayed by at least a single part of the coyote little clan there, because it's 2 to 3 that take you over, right? And it's estimated each female will be essayed 4 to 5 times before she hits the United States soil. So there's that, right? You want to talk about sex trafficking? Hello? Like, right? People kill people. That's exactly right. It's like smoking, I'm a smoker. Ew, gross. I know when I shouldn't. It's a terrible habit. But I know that it could kill me. My Nana has COPD right now, and I'm watching her die from it. You think that it would make me put the damn things down, right? I'm an adult. I pick up a smoke every time I want to smoke, and I smoke it. That's not the cigarette company's fault. That's my dumbass fault. And you know what? Completely agree. And you know who else agreed with that? Charlie Kirk. He said there are systems that are broken in America. The injustice system, the adoption system, right? And the immigration system being top tier. The medical system, all of those things. He would tell anyone, broken, broken, broken. All of it needs to be fixed. It needs to be easier to legally immigrate. 100%. You won't have an argument for me there. Completely agree. However, just because something's difficult does not mean we then go and break the law to get what we want anyway, right? We all die of something, Larry. Yeah, it's fine. I've always smoked my cowboy killers. Might be what kills me, but I still enjoy every cigarette I smoke. So maybe when I don't, I'll quit. It'll happen eventually, okay? It'll happen. But this is just, we see the moral decay that also happens in a society. And don't even just take the US. Look at what's happening in the UK right now because of Muslim, mostly, not all, mostly Muslim immigration, radical Muslims coming in to the UK. They just had almost 3 million people in the streets the other night saying, hey, we don't agree with this. We don't agree with the fact that you're taking our right to free speech. We don't agree with any of this. It's not just happening here. We're not special, right? Except we are kind of special because we're the greatest and freest country in the world. But, oh goodness. Austin, Austin, Austin. But tell me how that's going. Tell me, is there any Canadians in the chat? Right, and that's also the truth, Rick, is that there are different ways to come over here that are a little bit easier, right? That's exactly right. You stand with the counter protesters. Okay, the UK is rising. I hope we don't take our foot off the gas. Amen. I knew you were going to fit in oxygen. You fit in around here. Don't be sorry. Tom McDonald, hello. Yeah. I followed him when he had like 20,000 subs. Loved Tom McDonald. Loved his Dear Charlie song. That was great. Also loved Bitchy Mist. Another one of my favorites. And he said some beautiful things about Charlie. But Idorka, you also need to stick around, hit that sub button because you're definitely gonna fit in here. Um, it, we have enough of our own problems, right? White boy, that's a good one too. Hangover gang, honk, honk, honk. I actually went out of my way to purchase the first CD and last since then anyway that I purchased in a long time was when him and Adam Calhoun did the CD, American Flags. Is that the name of the EP? It's the one, the American Flags was the cover of it. The actual physical CD. I went and purchased it just so that I would support them. Not today, Lil Meat. Come back. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Your counter protest had 11K. We had 2.5 million at least. Your time is over, my friend. Respectfully. That's very respectful. Well, but see, that's the thing. We're not a democracy, right? At least here. I can't speak for the UK, but here in the United States, we're not a democracy. I'm not really sure, why everybody seems to think that we're a democracy. No. Like they completely deleted this? No. There's not. I just got a Discord message. According to Rick, I just love you. But no, we're not. Can you tell me what we are? It's a republic. Marky Mark is back. Welcome. Head on a strip. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Simba knows a little something about that. You might be. Where are you from? Oh wait, sorry. I was getting people confused. A democratically elected representative republic. Idorka. Stick around. That's exactly what we are. We're a republic. My Discord, I'm confused. I'm very confused. Thanks, Marky Mark. We are. We are indeed. And we're a republic because we understand that sometimes a complete and pure democracy doesn't end up representing everyone equally, right? Internationalists sue me. No one's going to sue you here. Mr. Deal. Okay. We'll look for you. But it's just with the name calling Austin and all the and the fascists and the ists and the isms and I'm sure it's going to be a phobic soon. Um, you seem to be getting along all right with me though, and having a decent conversation, right? And all I'm saying are very common sense things like I want people to come over that enrich our economy. We love America. Y'all, we are below replacement rate right now. Who's going to take care of our elderly population if they don't have children of their own? We need more young people to come to literally support our society. Period. That's a fact. I mean, it's not, oh, we're overpopulated like the left would like you to believe. It's, we're not going to have people to wipe our grandparents' asses. Our asses. Let me just rephrase, when we get old, right? But I want people to do it the right way. That's all. And I even am totally cool with burning the whole system down of immigration and starting over because I believe, much like you, it is super broken. Totally agree. I don't believe that means that you just get to cross the border and come over here. Hi, Beth. So glad to see you. And commit a felony. It is a federal felony, unlike what the left would like for you to believe, to come over here and just, and this is, I have people close to me in proximity, not in my close circle, that are not 100% legal. We'll just say it that way. You don't see me calling ICE on them. Maybe I should. I believe sometimes not every job like that is our job, right? I do believe in somebody who's trying to get their visa and trying not to overstay their welcome, if you will, right? Peyton Ferris, who is this? Right, come here legally. It's really, I know it's not easy, right? But how insulting is it to the people that do it the right way and who spend thousands of dollars and study for months to pass a test? Sadly, a lot of our own citizens couldn't even pass, but that's an issue for another time. You had 4 children. Amen. Go forth and multiply, right? Our foreigners are our beloved foreigners are arguing in the chat. Well, Marky Mark, that's the point. This is what I've been talking about since yesterday. I am so glad, Dooney. Hit that subscribe button and we'll do a little dance. Valhalla. Okay. But yes, that's the thing. It's what I was talking about yesterday. It's what I've been talking about, for a few minutes here. I would really like if we could find a common ground and come together because, could you imagine? Compromise and cooperation is like a negotiation, right? Neither party will leave 100% satisfied, but we'll gain something, right? That's the way I think it's supposed to be. And I don't think any more division is what we need right now. Plenty of people are split on the extreme sides of both sides, and that's the number one problem with our country right now is that we're ripping each other apart. We're ripping ourselves apart from the inside out. It's not these outside forces only, although it doesn't help. It's the fact that here we are fighting with each other day by day. What is going on here? I'm confused. Oh no, I completely support oxygen in that. It's not misinformation just because it's not convenient information. Could you just tell me, Austin, and I'm not being any type of way, I'm honestly asking, when you keep saying so-and-so is spreading misinformation, so-and-so is spreading disinformation, could you just give me one example? I have another phone here, so privileged, right? That's a joke. I will Google it right now, and if you're correct, I'll advertise it. Okay? I would really like to know. I would like to know what misinformation you speak of, because I'm not for misinformation. We've got to agree on a premise. A premise. Yes, absolutely. I've been a supporter of Charlie Kirk since way back when, since he set up a temporary picnic table where people could actually come and be 2 feet away from him before he needed all the bodyguards. Um, gas is down, sticks are up. Literally every Elon tweet. Okay, so now we're going into that whole free speech territory. Like, are we talking about the same thing? Okay, I'm with you, Marky Mark. I'm like, because here's the thing. We can get our information from any source, right? I could get my information from a flyer down at the Piggly Wiggly. That would be my own problem, right? Can we talk about reputable sources, even if we don't agree on them? Even CNN, right? Could you give me MSNBC, whatever you follow? Fox? I don't know. I feel like they have a duty to spread correct information. I do believe when you have a huge platform, there becomes more of a duty, but not in the same way of like a news media source. It's just not the same, right? Elon is still a person, you know? We can probably agree on a lot. Are you 12? Oh, the gaslighting is so real. Oh, I know oxygen. Uncomfortable. Exactly. I agreed with you. 100% support you. It's, Ben Shapiro's little funny, like, facts don't care about your feelings. But it's the truth, you know? Wouldn't you like to know, Pablo? Who's an immigrant? Oh, Lord, here we go with the brown immigrants. But see, this is the thing. This is how you guys, you expose your own racism. It's like when you guys said voter registration laws disenfranchise black people. That kind of sounds like you think black people aren't smart enough to get an ID. Doesn't that sound kind of bad? Right. Agreed, Dennis. I think the smartest thing in today's economy is always, and I don't care who the source is, even me, trust but verify, right? That just makes you a prudent person. If you, like Pablo's talking about, any of the information you get from any source, that's a you problem. That's not that source's problem, Because we love having big titties. And why are the left always so hateful and crude? Why is that? Yep, you're correct, Barbie. You're correct. Oh, oh, that was my last flying fuck. Did you see it? It just left. You want to go with it? I don't agree with that completely. Yes, Dennis, correct. Thank you, Simba. That. I completely agree, Mark. And see, this is another thing. Like I said before, it should not be a partisan issue, right? I mean, oops. Oh, trolls. Can I just say real quick, shout out to the trolls, because you're feeding me to the algorithm, and I'm going to make new friends. So thank you. Dang, Pablo, do you know me? That was a good guess. I'm not at all surprised. I'm worried at this point, and I keep saying like the release the list, but here's the thing. At this point, it's gone through so many hands, right? It's been so much time that whoever's had it has had it. Are we even going to get the real list at this point? It's just upsetting that we had to come this far, Wow, Pascal. You're just full of vitriol and hate, aren't you? Oh, how did you feel about that, Marky Mark? Thank you for your service. I come from a military family, not background myself. I never served, but I have a lot of respect for the military. Thank you. Sources? Sources? I saw it on a Reddit post. Right. That's right, Dennis. I'm worried the entire thing will be. I'm worried it already is being swept under the rug, right? And it's not even so much about the list itself. Yeah. She sure liked all those wars, didn't she, Marky Mark? I feel like it's a scary place in our country when known pedophiles just get their information pushed under the rug. Like, no big deal. It's not just about Epstein, right? We know he had hundreds, if not thousands, of clients that aren't Billy Bob down the road that's already on the registry, right? They're people we would know, faces we would recognize, people we respect. That's scary. That's very scary. I agree, Dennis, unfortunately. My dad came over here the right way with $20 in his pocket, married my mom, was with her until her death, 53 years of marriage, raised three successful kids. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for sharing that symbol. I didn't even know that. That's amazing. You're not wrong, Oxygen. Yeah, you're not wrong. No, we don't support pedos around here. Pascal, you silly goose. Right. Oh, Rick. That's another issue happening in our world today, is real. Well, Marky Mark, that's a great question. That's a wonderful question. I could give you 100 answers of what I might think would be the case. NDAs are a powerful thing, even though people say it doesn't matter if it's about a criminal act. We've seen that not be the case because of Diddy, right? Um, they themselves could be terrible people. I mean, I could give you 100 answers, but honestly, I don't know. And I think the biggest thing is because it's a culture, unfortunately, around these particular people. Hopefully not all the rich, powerful political people in our world, even though I question that sometimes. His group of people he surrounded himself with were obviously all pedophile weirdos. So nobody's going to be stopping him because they're all like that. Pascal, are you having fun? You're just throwing me into the algorithm and making me new friends. Have more boobs that love our country. Agree. There are not specific NDAs that support pedos. There could be NDAs that say, hey, you can't speak about anything you see here. You can't ever talk about our business dealings. For giving me their beautiful blonde hair. That's great, Oxygen. I mean, I would assume so, right? Well, okay, let's break this down for just a second. This list, there have been 100 lists that have been spoken about. The only list I care about are people that have actually either paid Epstein for children, sex slaves, or been paid by him for favors involving the sex trade of children generally. Anyone who is in business with him, who by money, by favors, by jewelry, by political favor, whatever it might be, has done some type of business with him involving children. That's the only list I care about, right? Okay, Austin. We'll see you later, maybe. Well, and that's true. And even NDAs are not supposed to protect um, any kind of criminal act either. That's not to say, I mean, we see with Diddy, sometimes these people don't care or they're not smart enough to understand. You know what I mean? Not to say that they're, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't think that anybody should be silent about it, period, no matter what the reason may be. I don't think there's any good excuse, even if it's to protect yourself, or that's another thing more broadly, right? We know these people are like pulling strings with some very powerful and elite people in our world. They're probably afraid not only for themselves, but for their families, you know? Oh, y'all crack me up. Hope Auckland is null and void. I'm with you, Mikey Mark. I'm with you. We're gonna get there together. Oh goodness. But yeah, it's all a bastion of evil, right? Regardless, it's all evil as hell, and I don't support any of it. I mean, and I'm sure there are more reasons than I, in my little, tiny little part of the world, could possibly understand. But for Trump to come out and be like, oh, that's a dead issue. Oh, you're still talking about it? Yeah, you're the one that promised it. The fuck? You told us you were going to give it to us. You said that. That made me crazy. Oh, for sure. They need to check all those people's hard drives, Dennis. All of them. I mean, I believe so too. I think the pedophilia, I've heard the pedophilia in big politics and in Hollywood, for example, spoken about like this. The pedophilia is only ever a tool for these people, whether it's a tool to get blackmail on somebody, whether it's a tool that they use to barter something else from someone they need or want. It's not just that, the pedophilia. It's a way to bring people down to your evil level. You know. Well, we do have a lot bigger issues. Diogenes? That's a hot take. A little bit ridiculous. I'm assuming you're trying to, like, parody something that Wright would say. I think you missed the mark on that one, but okay. More pressing issues might be a better way to put that, Marky Mark. I feel like there are, at this moment in time, other things that cannot wait to be solved. Not that it should wait either, but I could see that more than I could see bigger, as in that implies more important. You know what I mean? Receipts. I'm interested. Me. I'm just a little nobody, you know, but I'm interested. Get in touch. My email's in my thingamabob, my description. Don't tread on me. I know that's right. Leave the kids the fuck alone. That's all we're asking for, you know? No. I get it. I get it, Marky Mark. I can see how, to a lot of people, there are more pressing things that we need to take care of as a country. Alien invasion, false flag, blue beam, and again, we don't have to have complete agreement. I respect your opinion, regardless. You know, I respect that you shared it in a respectful manner and having a conversation and not just, you know. That's always respectable in my eyes. Hello, beautiful Rainy. Hello. Yeah. Maybe so. I hope so, Barbie. I hope you're right. Don't get me started on Tom Hanks. Some of these people, there's a reason I don't trust hardly anyone with my kids, right? Even people close to you in your life, you think you could know them and not. Okay? Stepbrother was so great. Look at all this room for activities. We just become best friends. That's so funny. That's a messed up thing to say. No. Definitely not. That's a good one, Oxygen. Oh, the Rothschild. The Rothschilds, if I can English. Holy banana. Frazzle drip. What? What am I missing? Hi, Vaga Mwaga Lefataga. Tell me how I did. Everywhere, sorry. Are you a bot? Diana just said about it. Well, Marky Mark, I appreciate that. I can obviously agree. Beat boot. No, I can't with you. I completely agree, Marky Mark. I think I don't support everything he says or does. Very obviously, I've been very critical of him this entire life, even though I would have voted for him had I had the chance. I definitely think he's done more than anyone in recent history. We'll just say that. Stupid is, the stupid does. Life is like a box of chocolates. Rennie, you're gonna have to educate me on this frazzle drip. I must be missing something. I'm not always in the ether. Well, there is no next time because you only get 8 years, get 2 chances at president, and that's it. I would definitely vote for J.D. Vance. I would vote for him. What? That's crazy. Is this like the same, like, tinfoil hat rabbit hole is like, you know, the stuff they take from kids when they're scared, that type of thing? Yeah, I mean, I agree. Diogenes, Diogenes, Diogenes? Help me out here. No, Pablo. No. I do not believe that that's ever gonna happen. That's a pretty strong claim. Do you have any evidence to back that up, or are you just having, I guess it'd be like finger diarrhea? Early. Girl, send me some stuff. I will take a look. I'm interested. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Oh, Gen Z. Oh, Gen Z. Oh, Barbie always knows about stuff like that. If I put my tinfoil hat on to have a conversation, Barbie's one of the first people I'm calling. The tinfoil hat thing is a joke, you know. I don't care that he's a convicted felon. I don't give a shit. I'm a convicted felon. And? And? No. Nobody said it was better. Okay. First of all, the left, the party of tolerance and forgiveness and compassion, suddenly have a problem with criminals now, after the guy that had fentanyl in his system and had just shot a pregnant lady had a knee on his neck for 2 seconds, and they claimed it was the officer that killed him, and it tore our country apart just about. That same party now cares that we have a president that only has criminal charges, which was a precedent to set because it's never been done, right? Because lawfare was committed against him by the other party. Now you care. Now you care about criminals. Now you care. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rainy. I saw a video once upon a time of somebody supposedly reacting to a video of that, and that was insane. Obviously, I didn't see the actual video. The Anunnaki. Oh, man, that's a rabbit hole in and of itself. I might do a whole video on that one. The Anunnaki. The Anunnaki. There's lots of evidence that they existed, right? Lots of evidence we've gained some new solar body. I don't know. I've never had a criminal record in my life, never had a driver's license, and kept a good credit score. Well, Dennis, I'm very proud of you. Um, I, once upon a time, was a hopeless junkie who hurt everyone around me, including myself, and at one point just wanted to end it all. And the last thing I cared about was being a good human, see? And thank God, by the grace of God, I don't have to live that way anymore. But back then, I definitely did a lot of things for my habit, if you will, that gained me a criminal record. And very, thanks be to God. And silly me, I was only ever charged with two things. And of course, that's all I ever did, you know. But everybody makes mistakes. And you really think I give a damn that these people went after him and he has a record because they wanted to be lousy losers? No, I don't care about that. I'm the last person to care about that. I'm not glorifying it. Please don't be a felon. It will half ruin your life, even years later. But no, I don't care about that. Nope. Keep saying you should have a different standard for George Floyd and the president. A different standard. Can you explain that? It is so much, Granny. Oh, I would have, especially before I had kids, I would have been those like, hey Kumari, how are you, darling? You want to talk about misinformation, Diogenes? What are you talking about? The left has spoon-fed you so much bullshit that y'all literally just eat it right up. What 26 women? Could you name them? The only woman who ever took him to court couldn't even remember the year he supposedly assaulted her. He was never criminally prosecuted for that, ever. He settled to shut her up, right, in a lawsuit. Liability and criminal prosecution are two very different things. Very different. How do you mean, higher standards? First of all, yeah, you should have higher standards for the president. Duh. That's first of all. But second of all, it's not that we don't have higher standards, it's the fact that he was himself, Trump, is a victim of lawfare. He should not have had those charges in the first place. It's very simple, right? Mary, hello, darling. Wasted 10 years in prison. Destroyed my life when I finally came back to reality. Criminals don't mean bad people. Amen, Oxygen. See? I knew you were going to fit in. That's exactly right. I'm not proud of it, but I don't regret it because every one of those, even terrible mistakes, brought me to where I am and who I am today. And that person I'm pretty alright with. Dio, I really cannot with you right now. Oh, let's meet for the baby. Always so good to see you. Marky Mark, this is my point. This is why I'm trying to open up some of these discussions. I feel like the more common sense, the people who are not quite so brainwashed, and it can happen on both sides. I'm not even just trying to down the left. I have seen very radical MAGA people that I would even like wince at, right? Like that's a little too much as someone who would have voted for him. I feel like the people who were more centrist or at least not so radical probably could agree on a lot if we would just sit down and talk about it, right? Well, Dennis, I'm proud of you. That's something you're better at than I was. Well, thanks for joining the conversation, Dio. Why don't you rewind? Because we talked about that for about 20 minutes in the beginning of this live. That's a great question. And I literally just got done criticizing Trump and all Republicans for that. Just got done. Because, see, I'm not a hypocrite. I keep the same energy, right? I can hold two ideas at the same time. I can hold the idea that so far Trump has done more for our country than anyone in decades, right, as a president. And what the hell are you doing, Trump? Where's the list? Both of those ideas can be in my head at one time, and it doesn't cause my head to explode. Imagine that. Love you so much, Mary. I'm always glad to see you, darling. I'm very curious, Marky Mark. I feel like you need to get my email. Oh, goodness. Well, how, Sana? How? Hi. Thanks for stopping in. A little bit more hateful than I would have said it. But you're welcome to speak freely. What leftist outlet did you copy and paste that from, Diogenes? Here's the thing. Go through and look at the minutes from that case. They do need Jesus. Amen. Look at the minutes from that case. She could not remember the year, not the day, not the month, the year that she supposed he assaulted her. Really? Right. We're not a democracy. We're a representative republic. Not Republican. We're a republic. Imagine that. That's exactly right, Oxygen. That's why I don't even call myself a Republican. I'll say I'm more conservative. But I'm in the libertarian, somewhere in the middle. Where are you from, Diogenes? Because I highly doubt it's the U.S. Something's telling me you're one of our foreign friends. That, Rainy. That's what I was just saying maybe 20 to 30 minutes ago. I said, the people who are really in charge up here, like, pulling our puppet strings, they're making us fight with each other. Because if we united and went against them, they wouldn't stand a chance. But we're too worried about our victim mentality, about left versus right, and gay versus straight, and black versus right, and everything else that we can disagree on, that we're never gonna overthrow the radicals. Democrats. Oh yeah, not after what? Do you know how many people are quickly exiting stage left? I can't tell you. I literally just posted a whole short about it. And it wasn't even a criminal prosecution. I can't argue with stupid. I'm just not going to argue. We're a democratically elected we run votes, but see, unlike a pure democracy, we're a represented democracy, which is why we have the electorate, the college. Do you know what the definition of a democracy is? Because you're the one that seems confused. A pure democracy is the majority rules. It's we're going to take a vote, and regardless of anything else, if 55 of you versus 45 of you want this, then that's what we're going to do. Yeah, Oxygen. You know, we just did that 20 minutes ago. That whole comment, that whole thing rubbed me all the wrong ways. And there are many things. Admit, loved Charlie Kirk, was a huge supporter of him. It's a damn shame. The whole world is crying for his loss right now. Demonetized, welcome in, completely agree. Mob rule. Exactly right. A pure democracy would not work in America, which is why we're not a democracy. A democratically elected representative republic. We're a constitutional republic. Did you take a civics course? No, I did not say no. Are you on drugs? As someone in recovery, I can help you. We're always here for you to be here, Simba. Demonetize is correct. We take some from democracy and then we add some. I said pure. I feel like you're on drugs. I'm in East Tennessee in America. They do, right? Like, if you're going to argue, I just at least need you to, like, no, I didn't. I said we are a usually somewhat democratically elected constitutional republic. I said America is not a democracy. Of course. America's not a democracy, period. Ohio in the house. I don't know, Mr. Educator here in the comments, why don't you tell me? They must have me on in the background while they're doing their drugs, and then they come back to me for a minute, and so not a lot is making sense to them. But like I said, if you want help, I'm here for you. Right. Representative. Mahaba. Well, hello. Patia. Papatia. I might butcher your name, but welcome. No common sense at all, Marky Mark. A republic is not a democracy. We have democratically held elections that elect representatives because we are a representative constitutional republic. I'm not wrong. Okay. Civics 101. We're really about to have to go here, you know? We're really going to have to go here. It's the godless. Hi. I know, they're the problem, aren't they? I know. Here's the thing. Well, okay. You're allowed to say that. Here's the thing. It's not a pure democracy, right? Because you're not a philosopher. I love you, Dennis. Because a pure democracy is, like we said, mob rule. Why? Because it's majority wins. It's simple. I feel like you're trying really hard, but you're just still falling short. Just a little bit. He's a noob. He's a noob. Comprehension is vital. Get it together. I love you, Mary. Love you. If you listen to Fools, the mob rules. That's exactly right. And fools would appreciate that. Pardon me. Mary's fantastic. We love her so much. Ruled by the people. But, okay. Now Google Republic. Now Google Constitutional Republic. Not the short buses. Y'all crack me up so much. Okay. Switzerland. apparently. That was what I was doing, by the way, was trying to answer your question, because off the top of my head, I really don't understand all the other world's politics, because I only live in one country and it's the best in the world, right? So apparently in 2022, Switzerland was rated a full direct democracy. So there you go, Switzerland. That answers your question. Me, pilot. Well, welcome. You all crack me up. Demonetized here. Just to help you out, if you need a refresher, you can just click the box down there. Switzerland. I just did. I Googled it just for you. Okay. Yes, indeed. Marky Mark, you get in touch with me. I'll tell you, my email, I'll tell you. Your next best hire at gmail.com. I know, they are a whole bitch. They really are. Oh, Mary. You mean like right here? It's not a direct... Listen. Alright. You know how Democrats themselves, the left, right? You have people that are like, oh, don't touch our bodies, but all the way to let's trans all the kids, okay, and have trannies reading stories to our kids, and abortions for everyone. Let's kill 500,000 babies this year. It's like a spectrum, right? Much like that, the Democratic spectrum, democracy is a spectrum, right? From very simple, pure democracy, mob rules, 100 people vote, that's what 100 people get, even if it's 100 to 99. Majority rules, plain and simple. All the way to, we're going to have democratically held elections, we're going to democratically elect leaders and representatives. However, there are checks and balances in place to make sure that they don't become all-consuming, powerful people that are going to come and take all our rights, right? We're more on this side, right? It's a spectrum. As is much in life, really. Yes, two things can be true at once, but only one of them in this case. Oh. Sure. We'll go with that. Oh, is Bangladesh another full democracy? Okay. I'm going to tell you. Shabbat. Good morning, Jose. Good morning. So glad to see you. Now, this is just real quick, just from Wikipedia. You could have found this very easily on your own. Direct democracy, or a pure democracy, is a form of democracy in which the electorate, that's the people, directly decide on policy initiatives without elective representatives as proxies, as opposed to the representative democracy model, which occurs in the majority of established democracies. The theory and practice of direct democracy and participation as its common characteristic constituted the core of the work of many theorists, philosophers, politicians, blah, 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 blah. That's the difference. Oh, is he leaving? Is Marky Mark going bye-bye? Oh, come back. I'm giving back out all my wrenches over the weekend or on Monday, so you may just get one. So glad to meet you, Marky Mark. Thank you for being a decent human being. Okay, there you go. That's the difference. You understand the difference, Diogenes. Blah, blah. Thanks for coming in, Marky Mark. That's not what I said. You people on the left are really great at gaslighting people. Rach. All right, yeah, email me. Yeah. Right. I said it wasn't a direct, or I think the word I used was pure. I think I said we aren't a pure democracy. And thank God. Right? Where equals libtard. Uh-oh. Absolutely. I do what I can, Marky Mark, and I always appreciate common sense people having the conversation. Oh, how dare you, Rainey? You've missed our troll trying to explain to us, as some form of foreigner, how we're doing it wrong in the U.S. Well, I will be feeling better soon, and I'll be even quicker. I'm going to say this really slow, okay? We are a representative, constitutional republic, not a democracy. We practice some forms of democratic elections, right? But even after that, you have the electorate college. Wow, that it just flew out of my mind. The college thing, where they split up the states. Why is that term flying out of my head? But there is a difference. We are not a democracy. Period. Right, we do it so wrong, everyone comes here. Democratic principles is a good way to put it. We practice small parts, right? Like, but we're not a representative democracy, is what I'm telling you. We are a constitutional republic. Electoral college. Thank you. I knew I was close. Y'all are with me. Thank you very much. I like that. Like, we all cast our votes, right? But then we still have to go through the electoral college. Or else all these small towns would not get an equal say, even though they have huge, like, it make sense. Representative democracy is not what we're talking about, right? It's a completely different, we call it the Democratic Party when they're anti-democracy. You've got a great point, Andy. You've got a great point. But we aren't a direct democracy. We're not even a representative democracy. We are a constitutional republic. Period. We practice some democratic ideals, right? We mold some democratic principles into our greater, air of politics, elections, what have you. I never said that. I'm going to have to, because at this point you've got me questioning it, even though everyone in the chat has also told you that you're not correct. I didn't say that. I said we practice some representative democracy, right? We practice some. We are not a democracy, period. We are a constitutional republic that dabbles in democracy. We'll say it that way. What do you mean? What do you mean, Dennis? Democratic, well, listen, and not great ones to answer that question more broadly. But what I mean here is like how we vote, right? Some of those are democratic principles. Bro, I literally just told you the dictionary definition. And demonetized was nice enough to drop it in the chat, and I even pinned it for you. Wait, no. His was a republic. Okay. I lied. I told you the dictionary definition. I looked it up, and I told you it. No, I didn't. You're just trolling. I'm done speaking with you. At this point, there's no way you can be serious right now. I just cannot. Hey, Leo. Of course we do. Ernie! Hi, darling. What's up, Leo? Yes, but checks and balances, right? We are a constitutional republic who dabbles in democracy. We'll leave it at that. I am also not, you know, a civics teacher. If you want a better understanding, there are many other people that could give you a better understanding than me. Okay? I'm just saying. Oh, my goodness. Oh, almost died. Hey, I'm on live right now. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Are they there? Yeah, get your phone, Ed. You're good. Yeah, that's all right. I'm about to get off and you don't have to whisper. No, you're okay. Yeah, I'll call you, but yeah, thank you a couple. But I'll call you here in a minute. Okay, love you. I'm arguing with people about politics. She's like, oh, okay. That I completely understand. Sorry. Yeah, constitutional republic. That's what I tried to tell him. Yeah, they're definitely just arguing for fun. Demonetized coming in with the big facts. I said it, no. Once again, reading is fundamental, listening, understanding, comprehension. I said we are not a pure democracy. That's what I said. He's not doing a great job of it. Confused. Andy, that was good. Cindy, hi dear. I think certain democratic ideas are good. I don't think that our country was founded to work that way, which is why we are a constitutional republic. Okay, sure. You're not from the U.S., are you? Never that, Dennis. Constitutional. If you still have a vote, you're a democracy. Stalin done votes. Oxygen dropping the facts here. Big facts in chat. Between demonetized and married, between my chat, I don't even have to argue with you. I mean, these people are dropping so many facts. We need a fax machine. And that's how I know you're not an American. Answer me this. Why do so many people care about American politics? Can you just answer me that? I'll wait. Spain. Oh, Spain. Okay, I see him. You really like to gaslight people and try to put words in their mouth they never said, don't you? Naughty, naughty. Sometimes things get stuck. No, as in from Spain, not in the way that we might use it. Like, Miss Rainey's Hispanic. No, not like you're Hispanic. Like, Spanish would have been a better way to say it. Not Hispanic. He means Spanish. From Spain. Not Hispanic as in race. I knew what he meant, but I also see how you could take it that way. I can see that you're very bored today. Diogenes. That's what I'm going to call you. Diogenes. Because that seems to make sense. And I appreciate that you've been at least somewhat respectful in your gaslighting ways. But I think I'm done giving you attention for now. Who, me? Oh, not you, Andy. You're fine. How enlightening you are. Tell him, Oxygen. No, I was talking to Miss Rainey and Dennis. Oh, as far as entertaining, Diogenes. Diogenes has been entertaining. Canadian. Well, welcome, Andy. I asked a question to my Spanish conquistadors. I asked a question to my Canadian friends earlier. How do you love your health care? I was being told that America has it all wrong, that we need to socialize medicine. I said, hey, I know some people that do that. So, decay. I actually just read that. Ooh, you got me, Rick. You got me on that one. So let me ask Andy, do you love your health care? Who rejected social conventions? That's funny. It's mediocre at best. Interesting. Would you like to share why? I try to explain to people that, very simply put, right? Because I'm also not an expert in any of this, but I do have a little bit of common sense. Make sense common again. Is right now the whole reason we're able to have uh, the kind of healthcare system where you could go in and pay cash and jump the line is because, unfortunately, that's the number one thing that all these companies are interested in is money. That's why the pharmaceutical world, thrives off of, making advancements because they're given millions and millions of dollars in grants, right? Terrible, but we're a capitalistic society. When you take that away and you take away the free market and the ability to compete with each other, everyone gets the same shit end of the stick, right? Whether you're a millionaire or whether you're homeless on the street, you get the same shitty service. Am I saying that's fair either way? No, I don't think either of them are perfect, but I feel anyone, even if you had the ability to buy private, more, better, not more, better insurance, that you should have to wait 6 months to get a life or death treatment. Can't even find a family doctor. There you go. To be fair, a longer wait time for everyone. And that's exactly it. Like I said, I'm not saying either one are perfect, but polygenius. Polygenius? Would that be coming from different? I know, like a genus, like your genome. It's like your class of human, like we're sapiens or Homo sapiens. One of those would be our genus, right? So it'd be coming from several. So maybe like those Anunnaki people. I don't know. Only if you're aquatic. Why? Does that mean something ridiculous? Oh, like how much? Oh, I'm with you. It took me a second. I'm with you now. That's so funny. Y'all get me. You just get me all the time. It's a theory that we're from different origins. Gnomes? Is it garden gnomes? Oh, Diogenes, welcome back. Did you catch the part where the Canadians said they hate their health care? Or did you conveniently miss that part too? It's really, really easy to, conveniently miss all the things you disagree with. Gardens and garden gnomes? Do you know there are websites out there on the dark web where people will show up to somebody that you love, because you would only do it to somebody you love, obviously, their home, and put garden gnomes all over their yard, or even, for an added fee, break into their home and hide gnomes inside their home. Did you know that? I won't tell you how I know that. I didn't say, hey, okay, I'm taking liberties. Let me rephrase. They did not say they hated it. That's true. Let me not gaslight you like you've been trying to gaslight me this entire time, because that would make me know better. They said that their system was mediocre at best. Those were their words. I'm sorry. My origin story. Oh, Lord, how much time do you have? Mate, Demonetized, don't even get me started. Here we go with the left trying to take out everybody, even children. Teenagers, do you know, that they're trying to tell teenagers who are suicidal? I know YouTube is going to just hate me for using that word twice in one stream. Trying to tell them that they're going to let them themselves. Like that's some type of cure for depression. I simply cannot. Fellow Canadian, speaking of, have you seen Made in Action? I've been wanting to I need to interview a Canadian about this because I've heard a whole lot about it. But I want to know some facts, like from a Canadian. Have you actually seen this in practice? Um, Death pods? Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm not all that surprised. Welcome, by the way. Vasily? Blindelli? Magoso. We're going to call you Eminem. They offered Made to you. Are you for real right now? Are you trolling me? If you're not, I need to interview you. I have so many questions. So many questions. M works. Okay, we'll call you M. I can do that. When you had a stroke in 2023, you are lying. Are you serious right now? They offered you Made? What, just in case you couldn't get back, like, the use of one side of your body or something? That is crazy. There's a documentary? I'm going to have to look that up. That must have been somewhat recent because I have been following that for years and, like, looking at it like, that's horrible, Andy. I am so sorry. Another thing that I asked myself in that whole process, and by the way, for those who don't know, MADE is like something something in dying. Something something in dying. What does it stand for? It's assisted self-deletion. Okay, Dennis, I'm down to interview anybody, shoot. Yeah, assisted dying. I can't remember what the actual acronym is, but I don't give one finger to the left. That's a good one. Oh, Andy, I'm so sorry to hear that. Medical assistance in dying. Thank you. Thank you, Andy. Call the herd. I know, Barbie. Isn't that crazy? Medical assistance in dying. Thank you. I knew it was something in dying. I remembered that part. Thank you. It's absolutely crazy. And, like, the people that they started it like, this is for really, really old people, really, really sick people, and then they just started rolling it out to, like, anyone who's depressed, who's thinking of, like, who apparently have had strokes. That is crazy to me. That is so insane. And because what are they really saying to you if you've had a stroke? They're saying to you, it would be better if you were just gone. What? Blows my mind. Blows my mind. I am sorry, because I feel like that's a hard thing to go through. Oh, Lord, you're just a shit disturber. That's what you are, Diogenes. Why shouldn't someone be allowed to die if they want? What a question. Oh. I'm single as a Pringle. I just saw that. I'm sorry. Okay, so if you want that badly, figure it out. There's no reason it should be a state-sanctioned act that goes through insurance that another medical professional who took an oath to save lives has to assist you in. Absolutely no reason you need to pull other people into your business. If you want to die that badly, figure it out. That's what I think. Right. That's exactly what I think. Andy, do you really want to live this way? That is so crazy. That is crazy. Well, they're not now, Diogenes. They're not now, but they could in the future. They could say, oh, well, you know what? Your IQ is only 20. Or, just like, listen, it all comes back. Same thing with abortion. Same thing with a lot of these things that conservatives and even some libertarians have a problem with is it will come back to a place of eugenics. Dennis, cracking me up. Yeah, except the professionals that work at Maid, they are being forced. Hello? Soylent Green. Oh my gosh. Oh, Diogenes. You're cute. The will of God will never take you where the grace of God cannot protect you. Amen. I'm gonna pen that. We're penning that one. That right there, right? And also because that's another reason we have a problem, conservatives, some libertarians, whatever, with abortion, things like that, is because also that's not God's will. Like, excuse you. That's why I literally just said some libertarians. Most libertarians are, there are also extreme libertarians that think nobody should have any say in me, period, ever, period. That's a little extreme because we have to agree to a social standard and the social contract, right? Laws, etc. The mustache man? They do, Andy. Amen. Exactly, Oxygen. Oxygen gets it. Oxygen gets it. Right. I promise you, I believe in freedom more than you could possibly understand. Real freedom. The freedom to believe that people's lives are worth protecting, including the unborn. But you're probably not ready for that conversation, are you? There you go. M has such a great point. It's not your decision. Oxygen, this is a great question. Leo, also a fair question. Both. Oh, are you an atheist or are you a God hater? Of course I don't disagree with condoms. It's a stupid question. Why in the world would you? No. Are you comparing condoms to abortion? Is that what you're trying to do here? Oxygen, that's a true story. Amen, Dennis. They forgot about the life part. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. They forgot that part, right? We do need to protect the unborn. We do. Wow, you really took that all the way, huh? That's exactly right, Barbie. So, you're saying you are pro-life. You're anti-abortion. That's what you're telling me, Diogenes? I'm so glad that we can find something we agree on. I'm so glad. Except sperm cells aren't human life, just like a single egg. It's not human life, right? Even science is incredibly clear. A unique human life begins when the sperm and the egg meet, and a new, completely new and separate DNA is created that is not only yours and it's not only your partner's, right? It's a baby. It is not. Absolutely not. Sperm cells are not life. Are you dumb? I've tried really hard to be respectful during this conversation, but at this point, you're nothing but a troll and you're being ridiculous. Do vegans eat animal crackers? Immaculate conception. That's exactly right, demonetized. See? See? You're think as fuck? You're doing the drugs again, aren't you? You know, M, I have said more than once how I think it's a systematic devil worship, but you know. Bonsai! Okay, wait. Mountain Mama, hello, darling. That's not what you just said. Human life, listen. Human life and a unique life separate from the parent where your protection are different. Human life. So glad to see you, Mountain Mama. Exactly. We were founded on God. This whole country was founded on God. God bless you. I'm so glad to see you, Bonsai. Listen to me. By that logic, your skin cells are human life, your hair is a human life, your spit is a human life. No. No, sir. That's ridiculous. When I see someone eating, that's what my food eats. It's so good to see you, Mountain Mama. No. Entitlement stems from libertarianism? Hey now. I think you're reaching a little hard to make that one, Diogenes. You crack me up, Rick. You're one of my favorites. Oh, Em, that's so sweet. Well, do stick around. It's good to have you. Okay. Human life, no. Not separately in and of themselves, absolutely not. A human life is the makeup of everything. Your sperm cell and your skin cell is not your human life. No, it's not. No. Exactly. Why do we even have to explain this? Because, and I'm the retarded one. I've actually heard that, which is why they want us to, like, get rid of them, you know? Yes, yes, we love Mountain Mama. If you clone someone from their skin cell, who do you recreate? Notice I said recreate. Did you notice that? If you take some of your cells from your skin or from yours, you create another you, not another unique human life. Do you understand the difference? Right. Right. A frog. Well, little did you know. Right. Right, Diogenes. Now we're getting somewhere. Whereas when a sperm and an egg meet, they create unique human life. It's new and unique. Yes, they are. Are you kidding me? Very uncertain times we are living in. 100%. I'm so glad to see you, Mountain Mama. Always good to see you. Dennis, you're sweet. Stick around. They took my DNA and cloned me. They created goat. Oh, I would never give those people my DNA so that they can make a bioweapon and point it right at me. I don't think so. A soulless creation resembling life. Ding, ding, ding. Bonsai has the correct answer. What about a stem cell transplant, J-Hawaii? And welcome, by the way. What about it? A groiper. I don't know what a groiper is. What's a groiper? You tell him, Mary. I'm 6% sub-Saharan Africa. I just told you. Yes, they're different people. What do you mean? Yes, identical twins are different people. They have different fingerprints. What do you mean? They have very similar DNA, but yes. Stuck to you like Eddie. Well, good to have you. Yes, Mountain Mama. Isn't that so scary? It sounds a lot like eugenics, doesn't it? It scares me a whole lot. You really think you're smart, don't you, Diogenes? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Mr. Smarty Pants. I mean, I'm just assuming you're a man. It could be a lady, I suppose. Right. Where are we getting to here, right? So, you're pro-life, though, is what you're saying. You value life so much that you're pro-life, right? Good to have you demonetized. I have appreciated your addition to our conversation. If I get cancer, is it the will of God? Is it God or is it your choices? Your lifestyle, your environment? That's a conversation we're not ready for either. Okay. Not the same fingerprint. Okay. Maybe you're right about that. I knew there was one thing that was different. You might be right about that. I am no expert on twins. Oh, so you're not pro-life. So what's your point in all this anyway? You don't value any life like most people on the left? He, y'all, I'm worried. Rick, I can't with you. I just don't, Okay. J Hawaii. There go Dave. Welcome in, Dave Nader. No. No, Andy, because God helps those who help themselves. Okay, Dennis. Okay. So glad to see you, Dave. Right, Barbie. Choosing your baby. Choosing all the little, sounds like eugenics to me. Sounds kind of questionable. Okay. Back to you, J Hawaii. That's the same kind of question as, like, the boat versus the boat, right? Like, it's a thought experiment. I can't remember what the boat was supposed to be called, but it's like if you have a boat, but then it crashes. So you take off the plank of wood and you put a new plank of wood. Well, if you take off every plank of wood eventually and you have all of those assembled over here, is that the original boat or is this the original boat? It's that same type of a question, right? Oh, hello, Mrs. Simba. So glad to see you. Abortion is very wrong. We know this. I have been all right. It has been a rough week, Mrs. Simba. I hope you've been so well. I can't with you, Dennis. It is. You're not wrong, Em. You're not wrong. You're so hateful, Diogenes. It must be really hard to have that cognitive dissonance to ignoring you. I'm not such a stupid person. My worldview is very well thought out and informed by my faith, because I have a lot of faith. I believe in God and His will and work in our lives. Yes, we love Mrs. Simba. Bonsai better drop some knowledge. Right, Andy? But it's the same question. It's a moral argument. It's a thought experiment. I think you have to wrestle with that. That's not my job. Eugenics research can help us cure things such as dementia, non-life-threatening condition. Thoughts? I mean, what type of eugenics do you mean in that sense that will help us cure these things? Like, you want to be able to eradicate them because of isolating those specific genes? Cambridge, Barbie. You think all that matters is unique DNA? No, that's not all that I think matters. I'm saying you were trying to say that a sperm is a human life, and I said no. The sperm coming with the egg, coming together, joining, creating a unique human life, a new unique human life, is what makes a human life, not just a sperm egg. Like, what are you even trying to argue here? Yes, trust in God's will for our lives. That's exactly what we need. We love you, Mrs. Simba. Thank you for coming in to hang out. In the abortion argument, I think it does, Bonsai. But in the twin argument, not at all. They're just trying to compare something to make me seem like I haven't thought my worldview out. But I absolutely have. And I know that there are shortcomings in a lot of other people's abortion arguments, which is why I'm willing to have them. Because mine have none. There are no holes in my logic. Right. Right. So when you say, like, what are my thoughts? Like, what do I think about using them to... I think it's questionable. I think it's a moral quandary. there are a lot of people who believe, who think less of people with all types of genetic anomalies or deformities, right? There are people who see that these people have harder lives and want to help them, and that's why they want to do these things. There are people who think you're dealt the hand you're dealt. That's what God gave you. That's supposed to be your unique life. Um, it's something I struggle with. I would like to see certain um, illnesses and maladies be completely eradicated, cancer, Alzheimer's, things like that. However, I don't think us playing God has ever worked out. I'll just say it like that. I don't think it's historically ever worked out. Can't explain what? Right. Right. Exactly, oxygen. Right, Andy. I'm with you. Exactly. Anomaly. Leo, that's the goal. Works-based salvation? Is it? Diogenes. Look, get away from the twin example. Try and justify your belief in abortion without using anything that you have used thus far in the argument. And when I argue back, I won't either. Use a unique argument to tell me why abortion should be acceptable. Go. That's exactly right, Simba. That's exactly right. I never said moral consideration was determined by genetic uniqueness. You technically brought up the genetic uniqueness. I just pointed it out. Zygotes aren't sentient. Do you notice how the left uses dehumanizing language like that? It's a zygote. It's a clump of cells. But what is it really? A baby. A human baby. That if it were to be left alone, it would grow and prosper. You did. Yeah. Life from conception. Not a clump of cells. Absolutely not a clump of cells. It's unique human life from the moment of conception. Science is even clear about this. When two DNAs come together, right, a sperm and an egg, to create a unique DNA, a unique human life, that is when the human life is created. What? I can't. Right, sentience has no place in the argument. That's why some of the idiots on the left that argue with some of our pro-life warriors out here get so wonderfully slain, is because absolutely nothing. Sentience has nothing to do with moral consideration or equivalent. Because, I mean, think about what you're saying there. If you're saying that, what about the guy that's in a coma, right? What about the man with Alzheimer's? I mean, what about the guy that's asleep, right? Oxygen. Sentience is what I value in making moral consideration. Well, that's where you're wrong. That's your first mistake. You're close. Teeter-totter between thinking too little and overanalyzing often. This is incredibly underwhelming. I've seen better debates between 5th graders. I'd like a valid stance. Mary, you made me laugh. You bring such light to my day. I hope you know that. You kick him in the ass. Yes, a sentient clump of cells. Right. Exactly, Diogenes. You're making my point for me. And the baby, if left alone, will grow in the womb. Left alone, to its own devices. You're completely correct. You just made my point for me. Yeah, or all of the above, M. Could be all. If someone, I want you guys to hear this. If someone was permanently brain dead, I don't see much reason to give them moral consideration. Interesting. And that right there, my friend, tells me all I need to know about you. What if that brain dead person was, say, your mom, your child, your partner, your they, them, there at home, would that change your mind? I'm getting deja vu. Dodges, still a clump of something. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I would love for you to explain to me. I would switch the machine off instantly if there was no chance of recovery. And who determines that chance? Please tell me what magical machine you have where you could say there is or is not a chance of recovery. Have you ever had a loved one be on a ventilator or be in a medically induced or self-induced coma? Have you ever experienced that? Right, a born baby. A baby in the womb just needs to exist. It gets everything it needs from the mother. Who? Right, Mary, right. I'm still slightly vegetative. Oh, Andy. Somewhere there's a point. Mary, you really thought you did something there, huh? This is exactly what happens when people start to... But a born baby is sentient. Have you ever watched one of those cool 3D ultrasounds, or even like the normal ones where like the mom laughs and you can see the baby laugh, right? Or you could even see it respond to like light and sounds, right? Its heartbeats at 6 weeks. How do you possibly... Where do you get 22 weeks from in sentience? Sentience. I don't think you're using that word correctly. Do you mean self-sustaining? Do you mean able to live outside of the womb by itself? Is that what you mean? Self-sustaining? If I can English today, that'd be great. Self-sustaining? Is that what you mean? Words are sometimes hard. You're right. They are sometimes hard. Oh, Rick, you crack me up. I think that's what you mean, and not sentient. I don't think you understand the word. Sentience, I would argue, I don't even know when it would happen with a baby. It either happens before they're born or like a year into life. I wouldn't even say a born child is exactly sentient, because sentience is all about the experience of life, right? Oh, love you so much, Simba. Tell Miss Simba we love her. Thank you for stopping by. Exactly. Share the shrooms. Yeah, if you push a pregnant lady down the stairs and she dies, you get a double murder charge, right? Oh goodness. So, the thalamocortical connectivity, right? When they could see on a brain scan brain activity. That's not even when it truly begins, it's when it can be detected, right? That is your starting point for life. Interesting. Right. But you understand, babies respond to pain basically the entire time they're in there. When an abortion procedure is performed, the babies will crawl away and shrivel up and open their mouths as if they were to scream. Any abortionist will tell you, yes, babies absolutely, in the womb, at any gestational age, absolutely feel pain. Sure. Right. Of course. What do you mean? My argument isn't that a born child can't feel pain, it's that they always feel pain. Of course, I know what sentience means. It means partaking in the human experience, being aware of the world around you, and the fact that you play some type of part in it. I'm not some dumbass, okay? That's why you're not able to win this argument, is because you're not just arguing with Betty Sue down the road. But at least, it could keep me sharp if you did a little bit better anyway. Oh no, then I swear to God, if you give me some dictionary definition, I may not be able to quote for quote the dictionary definition, but I can tell you what it means. That's what it means. Exactly, Bonsai. They used to say like 22 or 23 weeks, it just keeps getting lower. Dave's like, I'm coming for you. Then what would... Amen, Russell. Thank you. And welcome. Someone hold my beer. Then, okay, you literally... Just listen to what you just said. Responding to stimuli is not the same as feeling pain. So what would be feeling pain? How would you prove someone was feeling pain? Consciousness and sentience are basically the same thing. The ability to think on your own. Andy. They might be. Might be. Oh, I got the definition wrong. I wasn't trying to give you a dictionary definition. You asked me, do I understand it? And I said yes, and then I explained it, and you said, oh, you got it wrong. You must be about 17. 16 or 17. Amen. Thank you. Sperm respond to stimuli? That's a good one. Okay. I tell you what, we've spent a lot of time with you today. I think I'm about done. I know. And see, that's the thing. Alright. We have at this point... I have timed you out until tomorrow. Because I feel as though you have been given over an hour of attention. Wow, I've been on here for 2 hours. At least an hour of that, in one way or another, has been going back and forth with you, right? I'm telling you what. Hey, I gave you so much attention. So much attention. You're very welcome. Okay? You're very welcome. And, I think that's about it for me today. Oh, no, she had a question. I went back and forth with them forever, and there was just nothing, you know? I'm telling you. And you can still come back tomorrow if you'd like, but it's not going to all be about you. And if you do, come with a better argument to support your argument on abortion, and I'll come ready with mine as well. Oxygen, you have been a real trooper. We have really enjoyed having you around. My community is crazy. Andy, thank you. 32, you've been interesting. Glad to have you. Miss Mary, of course, the besties, and the Barbie, and the Dave Nader, and Rick was here, and and Dennis, another newbie. Oh, you know they don't. You already know Mary. Well, I don't know. I'm taken. I've got 2 babies, so I'm not about that life, but you can still hang out. Let me stimulate him and we'll see. That was a good one. Maybe so. I would make a much better retort. I don't know about that. I would like to believe I'm decent at debate. It's been so good to have you. I know tomorrow I'm gonna have to go to my Nana's house, but I usually do a live from like 8 to 8:30 or so. Always have beer for the boys. So maybe about 8:15 I'll come on tomorrow for just a little bit. Some of y'all come on back. It has been a pleasure. Just put up that ass. I cannot. Well, that was originally I already had TikToks pulled up. I was going to talk about all these people on the left being fired and stuff. That's how we started off the stream, and it just, kind of got away from us. I mean, I don't know if she is an adult. She's not a very old one, but she definitely can't be trusted, and she's a liar, and I don't support that person at all. Oh, no, we don't heil. No, we don't do that. I don't. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The girls are fighting. Look, we know that we can have it out if we need to. Y'all go ahead. Respectfully, I talk to her all the time, isn't the greatest defense. She's a liar and a terrible person. So, I'm just saying. Scottish are Celts too. You tell us. Don't you let us forget. Strawberry, darling. So good to see you. I gave her the chance to come and defend herself the one time on my live, but she didn't want to do that, so. We all know her. We'll do it. The best team. Oh. Because she lied on a guy and said that he literally got her pregnant from across the world. Yeah, said her house burnt down, all this crazy shit. Really? How is she? Really? Oh, yeah, and of course there's her stolen valor. Because she's absolutely not a Marine. I'll promise you that right now. Boy, I literally did a whole live on her, basically exposing her. Tiny K, aka Kayla, aka what was the other one she went? Sergeant K or Sergeant Kayla. Oh yeah, she claimed minty chocolate chip balls. Okay, aka really? Hold on. What the hell? His real name just flew right out of my head. Minty. We'll go with Minty. I know him. I speak with him outside of YouTube, right? Although his name flew right out of my head. Regardless, we chat, and she had been going around for months saying that he was the father of her unborn baby, who then supposedly was born. She supposedly had a whole aspect with receipts. I have all the receipts. I've got so many screenshots, I can't even tell you. Mint Eastwood. Oh yeah, it was Mint. Even though Mint Beastwood, it's with a B. I talked to him. I have those receipts as well. I talked to him on Tom's channel, and I was like, "Hey, I have a question," and he's like, "No, she's fucking crazy, bro." Oh really, Leo? I did a whole video on her. Yes, she claimed 3 different men were her baby daddy. She claimed she already had a baby and was at home with this baby. She was saying one day that she went live that mint, chocolate chip mint, was literally in her shower. And of course, you couldn't hear the shower. And she was like yelling at him that you couldn't hear anything back. It was crazy. She's crazy. He was at Andy's. Ugh. She very well could be. She very well could be underage. I don't know for a fact she's underage, but I know she's a terrible person. So. And she doubled and tripled down. When I called her out, she could have easily just been like, you know what? I'm sorry. I lied. And we could have all just moved on. Strawberry's conservative, and she's also taken. Dennis is looking for love in the chat. But yes, Leo, really. If you didn't know that, but that's who you're defending. She's terrible. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I don't understand for the life of me why people have to be liars. Like, of all the things to be a liar, red pill is good. I can hook you up with a future wife. Oh, I hope all is well with little David. Not so little. I mean, he's not little. You know what I mean. I mean, not if they know and have impregnated you themselves and they don't find out from somebody randomly one day that this person is telling the entire internet that the baby's yours and you've supposedly been in their house and you're like, what the heck? And you confront them in someone else's chat and they gaslight the shit out of you. Like, oh, I haven't seen you in forever. Leo, I've got all kinds of receipts. I've got a month's worth of receipts until I just blocked her and stopped talking to her. So, I can prove all of this that I've said. I'm not just bullshitting you. Trout back fishy gun. Oh, y'all make me giggle. Sander. I'll remember Sander. That's very, very close to my son's name. Basically part of it. But anywho, off I go. I can't believe I was gonna do a live for an hour, and here we are 2.5 hours later. It does make you a bad person. Like a lying liar. Not little fibbly internet clout fibs. Like big life destroying, saying he was being a deadbeat and all this other shit that could destroy someone, you know? You're not new to the scene. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me. To all my newbies, the new friends that we have made, love and appreciate you so much. You guys have been wonderful. And I'll be back tomorrow, maybe about like 8. It will not be a 2-hour live. That will be like 30 minutes. We'll be at Nana's. We'll have to go. But we'll see you again soon. Yes. But I never miss Nikki's. So good to see you. My dirtiest strawberry. Alright. I got to go. Head warning. Yes. Oxygen, aka Xander, we're so glad to have you. Love you so much. Hit my email up. What email?